Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pick and Roll live stream for NBA free picks and basketball discussion on the most trending topics around the league. If you guys like what you see from today's stream, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Help us on the road to 1,000 subs to keep up to date with all the episodes we do every single weekday. We go live over here for content just like this. All right, one pick to recap from yesterday's show. Unfortunately, we have to add in an extra tick on the hook counter. We talked about it too much yesterday, how, oh, wow, we won 2 plays on the hook. But for today, unfortunately, goes in the other direction with Mikal Bridges. So we're at 4 and 7 on the hook counter. And there is an unfortunate way this game ended. I'm not sure if any of you actually watched this game. But if you did, you were probably pulling your hair out at the end, Pips. I'm sure you were one of them. Here is the shot profiles from Bridges late. What were your thoughts on what went down here?
So he had an amazing first quarter, 10 points in 10 minutes. Then he completely disappeared for the next 15 minutes of the game. He didn't do anything in the second quarter. He didn't do anything in the first 7 minutes of the third quarter. Then they were down 15, and then he started scoring and being aggressive. And yeah, he took 10 field goal attempts in the last 8 minutes of the game. He was just shooting, but as we all can see, he scored 23rd point with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left, and he shot the next 3 straight possessions. Blocked on the drive, missed the 3-point shot, then some crazy fade away. Then Dinwiddie took over last 2 possessions, and then the last possession again back to Mikal Bridges, and he bricked the 3. And yeah, some unfortunate stuff. He was fouled lately, but they were not in the foul trouble, so they were one away from the bonus. So yeah, everything went against this bet, and it's unbelievable sometimes. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you got to believe it. If you're watching this show, you got to believe some of this stuff. Very unfortunate. I mean, Dinwiddie only went over by half an assist. So, there's a bunch of things that can go wrong there, I suppose.
4 of the last 4 misses late into the game, 3 were on Dinwiddie assists. So if Mikal scored one more bucket, Dinwiddie will have one more assist. So yeah, it's correlated.
Yeah. Well, good news is we have a good slate to work with for Friday. So far this season, by the way, recapping the record, 110 wins, 88 losses, 8.8 units of profit. And we're hoping to find a little bit more today as well. 3 official picks for you guys here. Let's unveil them right away to get these lines in at the best possible prices that we can. First of all, we are going to the Warriors at the Hawks. Ignore the official pick 1 of 1. This is 1 of 3. Warriors at Hawks. Steph Curry 25 plus. Once again, going to that side. And Trae Young 25 plus for minus 105 odds at FanDuel. That is a first of 3. Once again, second play here. We have in the Timberwolves Bulls game. I feel like there could be some pushback from the viewers here on this one, but going back to DeMar DeRozan, going back to the Chicago Bulls, taking the over 23 and a half on DeRozan's points for minus 120 odds at DraftKings. I will say that there's potential to shop around on this one if you're in specific locations with additional books, but for widely available, minus 120 DraftKings. Third play is in the Pelicans-Rockets game. If the Rockets are playing, we got to bet against them. We're going Ingram 20 plus, CJ McCollum 20 plus for minus 115 odds at DraftKings. Again, all right, Pips, let's hear your thoughts on the first play. First of all, Warriors at the Hawks, and you have Curry once again, and go with Trae Young added in as well.
So Trae Young, after the All-Star break, is finally playing well. I mean, he's always playing well. That's not the thing, but he finally started shooting well. So after the All-Star break, 10 games, he's shooting 40% from the 3-point behind the 3-point line. 48%. He's almost 50, 40, and 90. So he's close to being 50, 40, and 90. He's scoring 29 points on average. So he's just playing better with Snyder. and they rely more on his scoring. So the last 5 games he gone over in 5 straight. 25 against the Miami Heat. That's probably the most difficult matchup for Trae Young. Then 28 and 28 in 2 games against the Washington Wizards, where he was double teamed like heavily. Like whenever he touched the ball, he was double teamed. He scored 28-28. Then matchup against the Celtics, 35 points, and in the last game, 41 against the Wolves. What's in common with our last 4 games? Everyone was playing drop coverage. Washington Wizards twice, Boston Celtics, and Rudy Gobert, and he scored 41 in the Rudy Gobert phase. So like he's playing amazing. If we exclude the game against the Heat, where he scored 8 points in a blowout, as I said, the most difficult matchup for Trae Young we saw in the playoffs last year. Like he just struggled against the Heat. If we then take a look, 9 games after the All Star break, he scored 34, 34, 31, 23, and 5 straight overs with 25. So 1 game under 23 points against the Portland, and 8 overs in every game besides that Heat game. So great form. And now he's playing Golden State Warriors on the road without Draymond Green, and I think this game will be like 250 points, complete disaster of defense by the Golden State Warriors. No Andrew Wiggins, no Draymond Green. Two best defenders are out. Kevin Looney will need to play a big minutes, so I expect him to play like deep drop coverage against Trae Young. Trae Young, like he'll be worried so much about Capella lobs, and yeah,
Sorry to interject here on the DeRozan play moved off on DraftKings. A lot of other books have good price available still, one of which is Betway. So we can shift this over to Betway. You can still get DeRozan minus 120 at Betway for the same price. Other books that have this available as well. If you have Pinnacle account, I believe right now they are minus 113. And if you can shop around as well, there's other books available that have this one. But for DeRozan, you can get him for minus 120. Betway just confirmed that. And according to Badger Boy at
Barstool.
Barstool, you can
Yeah.
get him at minus 114. So good options. We will change this to a Betway play, but just letting everybody know you can still get this throws and play at minus 120 instead of on DraftKings. But Pips, please continue.
So that's probably it. Like also one of the I'll just need to pull up the data for this one just a second. But over the entire season, Golden State Warriors are allowing the least, like by far the least, restricted area, like at attempts from the restricted area, but they allow the most in the paint non-restricted area. So like that's the floater, like money line, like that's the best thing for the floaters, Steph Curry floaters, because Kevin Looney will drop like completely to the rim to prevent the lobs. So without Draymond Green helping, Trae Young should have a great game. Also high paced game, so I expect 10 free throws for Trae Young, and with him shooting the 3 point ball 40% over the last 10 games, this is a great spot for Trae Young. Second part of this bet is obviously Steph Curry. We don't need to talk about much about this one. They are on the road. They need 50 points from Steph Curry to win this game, especially without Draymond Green to do the defense part. Um, Steph Curry hit the 25 plus points in 13 out of the last 14 games with 25 plus minutes. Guess 1 game he didn't hit out of the last 14. Guess, think
25
some.
plus? Was it wait, one game where he didn't hit 25 plus?
Yeah,
Was it I was gonna say the Raptors, but I feel like he did hit 25 against the Raptors.
it was when we bet him against the Suns.
Oh, of course. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he had 23 in that game. That was
yeah.
early in the week. Okay,
So
okay.
that's the only game he
I
didn't cover.
forgot.
Yeah,
Out of my mind, man. The Monday, Tuesday are out of my mind.
yeah. So the only game, like 13 out of the 14, and I think Hawks defense is just not able to stop him. Last game he wasn't playing. Klay Thompson dropped 50. Everyone is dropping tons of points on the Hawks. So I don't know what's going on there. Like Hawks are my second favorite team after the Houston Rockets. and I watch like almost every game, and I don't know, like they're playing fast, quick pace, and everyone is making every shot against them. So like the Hawks 250, 260 points games is not unusual. So Steph Curry scoring 25 should be easy, especially like they will give him single cover. Like they'll put the joint on him and let him just try his best. That's the way they play defense. And with Capella and Congo probably a bit, they won't be blitzing, they won't be hedging the screens, maybe a bit higher on drop coverage, but that's it, and that's money for Steph Curry.
Yeah, I mean Curry, like you said earlier on, not not a lot that needs to go into the Curry part of it, especially
Yeah.
today against this Hawks defense. So we like that. Somebody brought up when we had the Curry play where only time last 14 he doesn't get 25 was the game we have him on 25 plus. Somebody also says Don here says whenever we bet Trey Young, he tends to have a very good playmaking game. Hopefully not the case today. We got the 25 plus on each
I'm
side.
okay with him having 20, 15 and 25 game. Like that,
Yes,
that's
that'd
okay.
be fine as well,
Yeah.
especially against the Warriors on the road. All right,
Yeah.
second play here. This may need some explaining. DeRozan, we've had a lot of issues with DeMar DeRozan this season, as Matt also alludes to. It seems like when we bet Levine, DeRozan goes off. When we bet DeRozan, Levine goes off. But you like DeRozan this one, so let's hear why.
I mean, I like both, but Lavin already moved to 27.5, and that
Right.
shifted my decision to go over with DeMar DeRozan because DeMar looking also like almost the perfect matchup for him. The only part that's not perfect for in this matchup is McDaniel's, but everything else is like best spot to bet DeRozan. So yeah, I'll just check something. So we actually won. We had won the Rosen. I think we are like split on the season with the Rosen. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not sure like completely, but so I'll just check. Okay, we have 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. So 3-3. So we are 3-3
Okay.
on
Okay.
the Rosen.
So
So
it's
yeah,
not as
let's
bad as
yeah.
what people are saying,
Yeah.
or it
So we
seems
but
like,
we
I
lost two
guess.
straight, so probably
Yes,
that's
that's
the thing
probably
that
it.
few people remember. So for the like after quite some time, we saw the DeMar DeRozan shoot 20 plus field goal attempts and 10 or more free throws in two straight games. That's the first time since the like December, like first time in 2023 that we have two straight games with DeMar shooting 20 plus field goal attempts and 10 or more free throws. Scored 27 points and 33 points in the last two. So I don't like yeah, I checked the strength of schedule and like they have average schedule, but when I look the schedule like one by one game, like they must win this game to have any chance to make the play. Like this is it. Like this is the game for the Bulls. If they lose tonight, very difficult for them to catch up because very difficult schedule.
Mhm.
That's first thing. For four straight games for Demar playing 38 or more minutes. Last game he played 40 minutes. Huge minutes. These are playoff minutes, and I think this is a playoff type of game. It's on Demar to just take over. Like that's it. Like you need to win. They are playing drop coverage with Gobert, so like all time elite mid range scorer Demar Derozan should like cook against the drop coverage. Trae Young scored 41 points, and it was all the mid-range shots and floaters, and they didn't give like a damn. Like they just let him score mid-range, and that's it. And if you take a look, like throughout the season, especially as of late, everyone is cooking on the Wolves. Brown, last game, 35 points. Trae Young, 41 points. Game before, Mikhail Bridges, 34 points. Embiid, like 39 points in a 28 minutes blowout. Tyrese Maxey, 27 in a blowout. So, like, as of late, everyone is cooking on the Wolves. Like the games are Kings against the Wolves. 5 players of the Kings scored 20 or more points. So like everyone is
Ah,
cooking on the Wolves, and if everyone is cooking on the Wolves, I think DeMar DeRozan is like in a great spot for it. And also he's playing the second unit, and he could probably play against like Naz Reid or Luka Garza inside. So like, and
yeah,
that's the
that's
part of the game when McDaniels is on the bench. So he could score like 15 points only with playing with second unit. So that's I think this is also a great spot for Zach Lavine, but like 4 points lower line, I think it's better to go with DeMar DeRozan here. And yeah, that's it. I hope Gobert is playing. I mean, like I just think him being the deep
drop
drop
coverage.
coverage against Demar, he just have his game. And also when he's not playing pick and roll, he's like hunting one on one, and they will foul a lot. Jason Tatum had poor game last night, like 2 nights ago, but he shot 60 free throws. So if Tatum can get 16 free throws, I think Demar can get easily 10 or more. So like if he gets to the line 10 times, that's half of his line. So he needs to like make 6 to 7 buckets, and he's over this line. So like I just believe like with 40 minutes, 38 to 40 minutes tonight against this Wolves matchup that will allow like 120 points with no one else, like it's Vucevic, Lavine, and Demar. I think Demar needs to score 25 or more points tonight.
All right, I like the handicap here. I'm curious. You looked at our record with the Bulls, or sorry, with the Rosen. I'd like to see the record if you can check quickly with the against the Bulls or with the Bulls as a whole, because it feels like Levine has been giving us issues. Vucevic, excuse me, has given issues. So wondering if we can see the record in those ones. But
Uh,
also, I like the comment here of HTC. We need some t-shirt merch with Pips. Everyone is cooking. I love that. Everyone is cooking the Timberwolves.
Everyone is cooking besides our guy on the given night.
Yeah, every time unless we bet them. Like Curry,
Yeah.
13 to 14, he goes 25 plus. The one he doesn't is the day we have him.
We had
Bridges
a
26.
couple of these.
Bridges averaging 26, and we bet him twice, and we've lost on him twice on his OV.
31. However, 31 we take away Bucks game.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't score 24 against the worst defense with Kings, but yeah.
And Hero as well. 0 and 5 on Hero
Yeah, I
bets.
mean, like Hero, that's headache. Like DeMar DeRozan is headache, but Hero is the biggest. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
the
completely
problem.
agree. We'll see.
The
Well, hey,
thing.
maybe if the Heat are in a big game, yeah, you go back to him at some point. We'll see. Maybe to be a riot in the chat though.
I
All
don't
right.
think so.
Uh, let's move to our third play now. This one against the Rockets. This one nobody can have complaints about because Rockets bets have been very, very good this season on the show. And we're going with Ingram and McCollum both to get 20 plus minus 115 at DraftKings. Let's hear this one.
So almost the same thing as we had with the Bulls. It's the same thing with the Wolves. They are like 12th spot on the Western Conference. They are two like places away from the playing spot. They have an easy schedule moving forward, but they need to win this game. Like Thunders have easy schedule, Lakers have easy schedule. They will be tough to catch up on them, and they are playing the Rockets in the worst time of the year. Rockets at home, 2 straight wins against the Boston and the Lakers. 5.5 point spread. I think it's maybe a bit too much with
Yeah,
the
I
way the
agree.
Rockets are playing and the way the way the Pelicans are lately playing. Like Rockets can win this game. Like, but I think the Pelicans will go as a winner in this one, but it will be a close game because yeah, they're not playing well lately.
Yep.
So the thing about this is also like it could go either way. So like, you can choose Ingram, you can choose CJ McCollum, and I think the win rate will be still positive on both because it's the Rockets, and when the game is close, everyone is going over. Like So we are going with the like lower lines for both of our guys. They are staggering their minutes. So like we can when Ingram sits, CJ is running the show. When CJ sits, Ingram is running the show. They are the two main offensive weapons. Valanciunas is not even playing anymore. Like he's getting 10 to 15, to maybe 20 minutes a game because they can't survive with him on defense. So the Houston Rockets are good inside defending, so I expect like CJ McCollum to shoot some threes and Ingram to get to the line and shoot mid range. So like this is a spot like also like every game to the for the rest of the season for the Wolves is like a playing spot. Like you win or you are out. So
Yeah.
especially against teams like the Rockets, but the Rockets defense still stinks. So like they will get the game close with poor defense. So like CJ and Ingram needs to cook here. Ingram had not the greatest game in the first game back from the injury. There he scored 22 again. He still scored 22 points against the Lakers, and yeah, when he gets the minutes in these matchups, he's just straight up money. And on this line, he is he's better 25 points. Is like he scored so many times, like 24, 25 points, like getting close. We don't want any hooks anymore this
Please
season.
no.
So
Please
yeah,
no.
going with 20 plus, and CJ McCollum like so Houston Rockets allow the most threes in the league, and TJ McCollum is great 3 point shooter, great volume, great shooters like spot up shooting, pull up shooting, like everything. So I think the Ingram will get more attention. Probably some like Tate or Jabari Smith to guard him, and so that leaves CJ McCollum on the island with Jalen Green and Kane Porter Jr., and that should be easy. Like there are some like possessions in the game that KPJ just Kane Porter just zone out and like doesn't even try. So if he's guarding CJ could have some easy buckets. So Ingram line is 25 and a half and CJ line is 22 and a half. So when we are betting 20 plus 25, we are betting more onto the CJ because I like his matchup way more and he's better 3 point shooter and has higher volume against the team that shoots more threes. But Ingram will be very aggressive and I think he could get a lot to the lines. And with Shengun in drop coverage, he'll have wide open mid range and he's an elite mid range shooter. So this looks like a spot like great game from CJ and Ingram for in order for them to get a win. And if it's close game, I expect like them in the last quarter, in the fourth quarter, like to take like 90% of the possessions for the Pelicans. Like it's either CJ or Ingram.
Right. All that makes sense. Love this from the way you're laying it out against the Rockets. It's been very successful against the Rockets this season, as I've said a couple times here. Question from a chatter asking about what your thoughts are on Jabari Smith in this game. Apparently, been playing well lately. Which is that something that you'd recommend to the viewer?
Yeah, I was actually looking at this spot and I like this spot, but the problem with this is he's a rookie. Like he's probably one of the most inconsistent rookies in the season. So like
Yes.
you never know what to expect. But he's been balling lately. I like he's improved a lot, and he's playing power forward position, which could be a problem for the Pelicans to defend. He has size like for playing like a center, and Trey Murphy is like mm, won't be able to stop him if he gets the touches. And with Herb Jones probably or Jalen Green, this could be a good spot for him. But I don't know about the rebounds though. Like that's the issue here. Like he closed a couple of games at the 5, so that's why he got so many rebounds in the last 5 games. And it was like Brooklyn Nets and Pacers overtime. Those are very good matchups for rebounds. So I think I like points more, 14 and a half plus than 22.5 points and rebounds. But yeah, both are good.
So some interesting food for thought there on Smith. One player, though, in our discussion piece here that we wanted to talk about. Pips brought this one up today, and it's a player who's had a bit of a resurgence this season amidst trouble with his career from not being able to shoot the ball anymore, injury concerns. But Markelle Fultz is turning into a legitimate starting point guard in the NBA. The jump shot is on its way back, but he was a first overall pick, but not holding him to that standard. He's averaging 14 a game this season. He's shooting above 50% from the field. His defense has improved quite a lot, and the 3-point percentage, it's slowly getting there. It's slowly getting there. And Orlando, when this guy is out, are a completely different team. So, wanted your thoughts, Pips, on what has Markelle Fultz done here to get back to this level, and what you can see from his career. He's still only like 24, 25 years old, so a lot still to go.
Yeah, he's 24 years old, getting 25 in 3 months. So yeah, he they put the trust into him. They played him. They had like Jalen Suggs. They played it. They have Cole Anthony. They have all these point guards, and they still decided we'll go with Fultz. And with the trust and with them getting the minutes and be patient with him, he's just improving like every week. So like over the last 20 games, over the last 2 months, Fultz is averaging 16.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and he's shooting above average, like 59% true shooting percentage, almost 60% from true shooting. And that's without his threes still not being there. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's shooting 45% from mid range. He's 70% at the rim, which is amazing for a
That's
guard.
that's
Yeah,
outstanding. Wow.
yeah, and he gets the volume. Like he's great. Like he has 23 dunks as a guard, so he has a bounce. The bounce is there. Like he gets some amazing dunks. So like complete completely great game like this season. Like he's been amazing. Every like he's playing with the flow, and I like the part that you mentioned. His defense. He's been great on defense. He's getting the steals. Like I don't think like he can average over like one. So he on the season averaged 1.5 steals a game without even averaging 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So Markelle has been great. Also, 0.04 blocks for a guard. That's also great. So for a point guard, like that's
Yeah.
two stacks a game for under 30 minutes for a guard. That's great. So he's been great on defense, scoring great, getting everyone involved. 5.5 assists with 16.5 points. We being efficient, looking great, improving. Great spot for the bar for the Magic with Banquero, with Franz Wagner, with Wendell Carter, with all these young guys. Like, and they will get probably another top 10 pick next season. So
They
like,
have two top 10 picks probably
so
this
cool.
season.
Yeah. So yeah, the future looks very bright for this Orlando Magic, and I would like to see them next season fighting for a playing spot and getting there. And I think that's a reality. Like,
So, for clarification, they have their own pick and they have Chicago's pick as well,
yeah.
as long as it's top four protected, which likely will not be a top four pick. So, yeah, in a draft with a lot of talent here, lots that they can do. I kind of want to go further in on Fultz. So, where there's been problems this season, early on in his career, like his jump shot just vanished when he was with Philly, which is insane for first overall pick. But the games played in his career, he played. I'll read. He's played six. This is his sixth season. In his first season, he played 14 games. Second season, he played 19. Third season, which was his first with Orlando, he played 72. Then he played 8. Then 18 last season, and he's played 49 this season. If you look at his per 36 numbers, because he's averaging less than 30 minutes a game. His per 36 is just under 17 points per game, just under 7 rebounds, and almost 2 steals a game. So this is definitely a player who is a very serviceable point guard in the league and a quality starting point guard. I wonder if he'll be there next season, but I think a lot of teams can use a player like this going forward. And like I
So
said, there is a big difference when he's there to when he's not there for Orlando.
yeah, and also he was different. Like he played like in December 27 minutes, January 29 minutes, February 32 minutes, and now in March 33 minutes. So his
Yeah.
minutes are improving. They are getting him into great shape, and he looked amazing over the last 2 months. And he'll just improve. Like he just needs to stay healthy and work on his game, and he'll be amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Final question, small question here. HDC asking if you've ever been to an NBA game and how it compares to any European games in terms of the atmosphere. I imagine it differs quite heavily if you've been to either, but what's your experience at or
So
at a
I've never
basketball
been
arena?
to the NBA. I never been to the USA like in my
Okay.
entire life, and I plan to like this year, next year, probably next year. I can't comment on Croatian league. Like our basketball is like worse than I don't know, like college, like high school, like basketball
Wow.
in in America. But we have some combined league with Serbia, like a combined Adriatic league, but that's still not great. And I can't speak anything about the Croatian, but I can speak about Serbia, like Partizan and Crvena Zvezda. So like the atmosphere on these games is like way better than in the NBA. Like that's just not comparable. Like
They're both in Belgrade, right?
yeah, that you can just go. Like I just advise everyone that didn't watch like any just type in the YouTube like Crvena Zvezda atmosphere basketball and Partizan
Might be
atmosphere,
easier to type
and
in
you'll be
if you're
amazed. You'll be
might be
literally
easier to type in Red Star Belgrade to find it.
yeah
That's a
yeah
you type
yeah
that
like,
in.
yeah no it's our media is posting it, so it's Crvena Zvezda, so like
Yeah, I know.
yeah, but it's a Red Star. Yeah, okay. But and also Partizan is also similar, so it's quite amazing. I'm Croatian, but I'm just like I love it. And there is like games when they like the champion, like the I don't know, like the
EuroLeague?
EuroLeague anthem will be playing, and no, you can't even hear it how loud the
Yeah,
crowd
the
is.
crowd. It's
Yeah, that's
flares, are going off, everything.
yeah, that's just like I know you are the fan of United.
Yeah.
I'm the Arsenal fan, and like Liverpool. So like last game we played against the Sporting, and in the
Yeah, yesterday.
Europa League, like like I would say not that important game for our team, and the cheer like the crowd on this game, like it gave me goosebumps through entire game. Like they were so like loud, and like it was amazing. And I think
Yeah.
like Europe is different like from the NBA. Like NBA is like more entertaining, but in Europe, and especially like Balkan, like it's soccer, like Hajduk Split, like from Croatia,
Yeah.
like it's amazing. And there's other people that live for this game. Like they are not going to have fun at the game. They are like really like dedicated supporters, and that's the most important thing in their life. Like it's kind of ridiculous to hear that, but I know like these guys that go to every game, that's the most important thing in their life. That's I don't know if anyone can like understand that mentality, but that's like with most of the supporters on the Balkan and in the Europe.
Yeah, like in North America, a lot of people go to sporting events just to like hang out with friends, just have like a
Yeah,
fun outing. But it's very much like your life when you're in Europe. Having
yeah,
been to, I go to a lot of Toronto soccer games compared to I've been to Manchester United games, AC Milan game. It's just a completely different vibe, and
yeah,
I'm sure it is for basketball as well. So.
yeah,
Yeah, I recommend looking up some videos on that stuff as well. You would
yeah,
not believe the atmosphere in a Serbian basketball game compared to an American basketball game.
yeah,
But let's wrap up the show here. 3 official picks, hopefully getting us into the weekend as some winners here. First of all, Warriors at Hawks. Trae Young, 25 plus points. Curry, 25 plus points, minus 105 odds at FanDuel. And then in the Timberwolves game against the Bulls, we need DeRozan to get cooking for us. We want him over 23.5 points. We got it minus 120 at Betway. also was minus 114 at Barstool, if that is a book that you have access to. And the third one, Pelicans at Rockets, once again going against the Rockets. And we have Ingram and McCollum, 20-plus points each, minus 115 at DraftKings. Thank you guys for another great week of support on our show. If you guys have been enjoying the content, then please make sure to smash the like button. We're working hard to produce the content all the time here on the Board YouTube channel, as well as the Hammer Betting Network. You can also subscribe to stay up to date with the episodes that we do every weekday morning, and we'll hopefully see you on Monday celebrating a few winners. See you then.